guys, what's happening? I'd like to welcome you back for another video for the fitness faction. I'd like to start off by apologising. I haven't really made any videos for the past couple of weeks. I've been really busy with things like work and just general life. Yeah, I've been really tied down, so I haven't really had a chance to make any videos or write any articles for the website. But I've got some free time coming up, so hopefully I'll be able to crank out some videos in the upcoming weeks and possibly write some articles for my website. If you haven't heard already, you can purchase these the Fitness Faction shirts off my website. I'll post a link in the description and I'll give you some annotations somewhere in the video. So yeah, be sure to check that out. So for today's video, today I'm going to be talking to you about squatting. Okay, the squat. Probably one of the most important exercises anyone can ever do. It's great for building overall strength, overall mass, and it's just a really fun movement to do. So what should you use squatting for? Basically, if you want to put mass on the lower part of your body, as in legs, glutes, lower back, even abs as well, you want to be squatting. To a certain extent, it can also help out with upper body development, as you are required to stabilize such a heavy weight on your back. And yeah, it forces other muscles such as your back muscles, traps, arms to come into play and start working, even though they're not the muscle that is primarily being used. So as I mentioned, it's great for building overall mass and strength. It's also great for building core stability. And basically it's a natural movement pattern. Humans have been designed to squat. That's how we used to rest back in ancient times and stuff like that. So it's definitely one of the main exercises that everybody should be doing. I'm just going to go through a basic tutorial on how to squat. So it's just going to be really basic for anyone who has never squatted before. Yeah, I'm not going to focus too much on the little things such as like high bar squatting, low bar squatting or whatever. I'm just going to just focus on the pure basics, because at the end of the day, not everyone's a powerlifter. We don't need to be that technical. We just got to learn how to squat. And yeah, so this is just going to be a real basic, simple video, hopefully teaching you some good form. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and let's get started.
Okay, I just want to mention before we get started, if you haven't already, check out the squatting article on my website. It's really good because it will give you a basic understanding of what I'm going to be talking about in this video, and I would highly recommend giving it a read before watching. I'll put the link in the description so you'll be able to find it. Alright, so as you can see, I'm doing a warm-up set with just the bar. So before you even get started squatting, what you want to do is make sure that your power rack is set up properly. You want to start off by making sure that the safety pins are just below the bar at the lowest point of your squat. This might take a little bit of trial and error to figure out. You also want to make sure that the racks for holding the bar are set up just below your shoulders in order to ensure that it is easy for you to mount the bar on your back. Once your squat rack is set up, the next thing you want to do is approach the bar and get ready to start squatting. Once you have approached the bar, you want to mount it on your back. The bar should rest on your trapezius muscles. Now, it doesn't matter whether it rests high or low. Don't get caught up in that for the moment. You just want to put it where it's comfortable, really, where you feel most comfortable and whatever's easiest for you. Once you've found the most comfortable spot to rest the bar, you then want to unrack it and take a few steps back. This part is probably the most important part before you even start squatting. It's getting into the right position. Now, you want to make sure that your feet are in a comfortable position. As you can see, mine are just over a shoulder width apart, and my toes are pointed slightly outwards. Now, you'll get a lot of people who will tell you that your toes have to be pointing directly forwards, or that your feet have to be closer together. This is completely false. You have to squat however you're most comfortable. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier is that once your feet are in position, they can't move during the squat. So even in between reps, you want to make sure that your feet are glued to that position that you had selected before you even started squatting. So once you have mounted the bar, taken a few steps back and glued your feet into the most comfortable position, you then want to begin squatting. When you squat, you want to ensure that you keep your chest up and your back straight. You want to lower your hips into in between your knees. It's hard to explain until you get a feel for it, but I'll try my best. You basically want to open up your hips and lower your ass as far as possible down. So you'll see better when I switch to a side angle shot what I mean about getting as close as possible to the ground with your ass. So I'll show you now. Okay, so here's the side angle shot of me squatting. You'll see in a moment what I mean about keeping your chest up and your back straight and lowering your ass as close as possible to the ground. So let's just have a look here. And okay, yep, you can see the red line shows my straight back and the arrow shows my chest puffing out. You want to try and maintain thoracic extension or that straight back throughout the whole lift. As you can see, my back remains pretty neutral throughout the whole movement. Another thing I wanted to mention is that you ensure that you hit parallel on each and every single rep. Parallel means that your butt dips below the imaginary red line that I've drawn in the image that is parallel with the ground. So if you're not hitting parallel, you're not doing a full squat, and you're pretty much wasting your time. So if you can't hit parallel, you want to work on your flexibility and maybe consider lowering the weights until you can work your way up to hitting parallel on every single rep. The other thing I wanted to mention is knees. Now, a lot of people tell you that your knees are not allowed to go over your toes or whatnot. I think this is something that depends on your body type and your flexibility. Like, not everyone has the ability to not allow their knees to go past their toes. I'll show you what I mean. So you can see in this image my knees go way over my toes. Now this is something that is a bit questionable. A lot of people will tell you this cannot happen at all costs, but I've been squatting heavy for at least 2 years now and I haven't had any problems or any pain anywhere. So it's something that I question a bit and say, well, if you're flexible enough to do it, then fine, you know, don't let your knees go over your toes. But if you can't avoid it, then just let it happen as long as it's not causing you any pain or discomfort. The final point I wanted to make is about weight distribution. You want to make sure that the weight of the bar is distributed evenly throughout your feet. You don't want to be carrying the weight on your tippy toes or on the side of your foot. You want to make sure it's distributed throughout the whole of your foot. What I like to imagine is that I have feet like a duck and that like my toes are all spread out and have webbed feet. That helps me imagine that my feet are really big and flat, and it helps me distribute the weight evenly. On the way up, you want to push through your whole foot and not your toes or one particular part of your foot. You just want to push up through your whole foot. And that's basically it, guys. That's the bare basics of squatting. Once you're done, just re-rack the bar and step out from underneath it. Hopefully the video helped you out. Hopefully you got a few tips and pointers about squatting. Just remember, as I mentioned at the start of this video was designed to show the bare basics of squatting. If you want to get into the more technical side of things such as high bar or low bar squatting, this probably isn't the video for you. If you like the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Fitness Factions Facebook page and the website. I'll put the links in the description. And also feel free to ask me any questions. Just post a comment and I will get back to you, whether it be about squatting or anything else. So yeah, take care guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.